Do you feel that in a time when we are more connected than ever, we are drifting away from real human connections, especially to ourselves? I do. Hi, I'm Leticia Latino, and I want to invite you to join me and my very inspiring guests in exploring ways to reconnect to your essence, to your definite purpose, to what makes you tick. Are you ready? Hello there, this is Leticia Latino, your host, and today is November 28th, 2019, and it is Thanksgiving Day. So I thought that instead of having a regular episode with one of my very inspiring guests, I was going to share with you some of my Thanksgiving reflections. And this is not going to be a long episode because I think that today is all about being with family, unplugging to recharge, disconnecting from technology, and just really take a moment to pause and admire what we have around us. And I'm sure that some of you are going through tough times. I have a very, very good friend whose mom just passed away. And even in sadness, she said, you know what, I'm thankful that she stopped suffering. So I know that even in times where we think that we are really being put to the test, if we try a little hard, then we can find a reason to be thankful and grateful for. So I will really start by saying that after being 23 years in the States, I feel American, or I never become a citizen, but of course I feel this is home. And but there are some traditions that I don't particularly like. But Thanksgiving is one of traditions that I really, really like. And you're probably now thinking which one she doesn't like. I'll be honest, I don't enjoy Halloween. I just think that we could highlight other things, better things, rather than, the somber part of what Halloween entails. And really, Thanksgiving is just that. It's all the good that you can highlight or can be highlighted happens today. So I think about these things, by the way, because it's not that easy when you are not from one country, and my husband is also not from this country, but now we have two American kids. These are the traditions of their country. So sometimes we struggle because there are certain, as I said, certain things that we like, certain things that we don't like. But we do feel the responsibility to also make them embrace their country's traditions. So I admit it, we don't do the whole turkey, Thanksgiving, and all that, but we do make a point in highlighting for the kids the whole giving thanks process. And although I admit it's something that we try to instill in them on a daily basis, not just on Thanksgiving, but I believe that this is definitely a potentially exportable tradition. The whole world should stop today and do the same thing. Give thanks. In a country where you feel you never stop, because most foreigners that live in the US can tell you this. We feel the pace is too fast. We feel that there's a lot of focus about work, and I've spoken about this in other episodes. Today is such a refreshing day because I personally feel the whole country stopping. It's something that you don't feel a lot in the United States of America. One day where everybody recognizes today is Thanksgiving, you already don't receive emails from work. People call you crazy if you call them for work. It's the one free pass we get a year. And it is amazing. It's beautiful. And I love it. And it should be more than one day. Then we head into the, religious holidays like Christmas and Hanukkah, etc. But those, not everybody celebrates that at the same time. So the country already, maybe you stop, but others don't. But today it feels quiet, and I'm very happy about that. And so I'm sure that all of you have thought about what we're grateful for. If you have kids, you have asked them to think about it, what we're grateful for. And it is such a great exercise. And one of the things I'm grateful for is this podcast. It's really 1 year, almost to the day, that I was heavily working on my first episode and engaging with, potential guests and just really dreaming about having this podcast. And now we are turning almost 1 year. And the amazing thing has been to realize that really the whole journey is not about having a podcast. It's about the amazing people that I'm meeting in this process. I mean, it's either people I interview or friends of the people I interview or people that comment on something related to my podcast that I really have come to meet extremely highly quality people, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful for anybody that has participated on an episode of this podcast. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to having said yes, and for everybody that has listened to even one little piece of an episode. Thank you for your support. It really means a lot to me. And I hope that I can keep inspire people. And one of the things that I'm also grateful for, and I kind of jotted down a list of things, and I'm going to share some of those with you, but is energy. I'm very grateful for having the energy to do these things, to have my body and my brain and my mind wanting to do this and prompting me to do the things I want to do, because it honestly would suck if you want to do stuff and then you don't feel you have the energy to do them. So I'm going to share with you some of the things on my list, and this would be on my social media pages and the Back to Basics pages. And I please share with me anything that you're particularly grateful for. I wrote down about 32 things. There's a lot here, but I'm going to share the highlights with you and maybe some backstories. But obviously, the first one in my list is God. I feel that without God in my life, nothing would be possible. And so that's the first thing I'm very thankful for, the fact that I accept God and that I recognize that there's one God. And I don't want to give it names. I'm Catholic, but I'm very fond of the Buddhism. And I really think the basis of every religion is really be good to others, do to others like you would want it done to you. And really, if we believe that, then we all believe in the same things. But the fact that you believe that there's a God, it really helps accept some of the things that happen in life, because I'm also a believer that we control a lot of what happens to us, but there's also that unforeseen factor, uncontrollable factor that God throws our way so that we can grow to our highest level. And with God comes prayer, and I'm thankful for prayer. And I got in the habit of praying with gratitude a long time ago, because when my parents had a very, very bad accident, they had a terrible car accident in Italy over 20 years ago, and they almost died, both of them. They spent almost 3 months in two separate hospitals in Italy, believe it or not, one at the north of the country, one on the south, because my mom needed very specific surgery that was better, like on the northern part of the country in Milano. But in any case, I realized at that point, of course, my prayer came from a place of need where I needed them to survive what had happened. And I kind of felt that prayer sustained me through all those months, because that's the only thing I could do was pray. And when that was over, and luckily my parents were able to recover and go back home, I kind of got in the habit of praying from gratitude. Every day they were in good health, I would say, thank you, Lord, for because they're healthy. And so I started to pray and giving thanks more than asking for things. And that always puts my heart in a good place, because I really felt that I am acknowledging God every day for all the good things we have. And again, I think that's what today's about. So the third thing that came to mind when I started jotting down my own list was life and health. Of course, without health, there's no life, and without life, there's no experiences, no memories, no moments lived. And the thought that came there was, oh, I'm thankful for having met the people that have left this world. I lost two of my very, very good friends, Yayi and Patricia. And I lost Yayi when she was 18 years old, and Patricia was not even in her 30s. So they died quite young, and both of them tragically. And it was hard to deal with that. When you're young, you don't think you can be gone. So I had to deal with losing very, very close friends and dealing with the fact that that could have been me, but also come to the realization that life is really a gift and it can end at very unexpected moments without any warning. So I'm grateful for this day and for the life and health that I have. And so my four things with life and health and God and prayer is family. My parents, my husband, my kids, your nucleus, even extended family, all the people that are there for you every day and that are your unit, basically. I'm very lucky that my parents are still alive at 85 and 77. So I'm very grateful that my kids are healthy, they have a good husband. And so the only other important thing which relates to people and those around you are your friends. Friendship is a big item for me because your friends really are the ones that they don't have a commitment to you. They didn't marry you. You weren't born in their family. They really friendship. It's a commitment that you choose to have voluntarily. Nobody is forcing you or pushing you to have the other person as a friend. So really it's very much a pure form of love. You know, your kids, you have to take care of them. It's your responsibility. Your friends, no. You have no responsibility to them. You are with them or you help them because you want to. It really comes from a very, very pure place. And I consider myself a very lucky person to have great friendships. I've worked hard at them. I sometimes tell people, you want to have as many friends as other people, but you don't work at it. So if there's someone special in your life, someone that deserves a little attention on your end, that give it to them. Call that special friend that you haven't talked to in a long time and just reconnect. This is a perfect time to do that. And then I have my things that are not that are more like experience things or things that make me happy and that I'm thankful for. Music makes me happy. Of course, there's sappy songs that I listen to where I'm depressed, but for the most part, when I listen to music, I dance or I sing, and it's a source of energy for me. Books are a source of wisdom, and so I'm thankful for them and different perspectives and different point of views. Popcorn is a guilty pleasure. I cannot go to the movies and not have popcorn. So, yes, I am thankful if I'm at the movies, one of those rare moments in a mommy's life that you actually get to sit down at the movie theater and I get to embrace a popcorn, then you have me there very thankful for that. What about sunsets and sunrises? I mean, sometimes, especially in sunrise, you have to wake up really early to see one, but when you see it, you say, wow, that's beautiful. It gives you again that energy. The sea connects us to the higher source. Then you have, for example, ideas, those ideas that come to mind and to see them come to fruition. I'm thankful for that. I have a few of those things that I have dreamt about or I have thought about, and then you see them becoming a reality, and it's very empowering. So I'm thankful for those ideas and the energy to bring them through. I'm thankful for my voice. I sometimes listen to the podcast and I don't like how my voice sounds, but this is not really about how it sounds. It's about that it gives me the ability to share my thoughts with you and in my life. And so I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful that I can speak up and share the things I'm thinking and the things that my heart feels. The heart for beating, extremely thankful. Whatever day it decides to stop beating, that's the end. So I acknowledge my heart and its beat, and I'm happy that it feels happy for the most part. I'm happy that it feels full for the most part, and my goal is to keep it that way, to keep it full, to keep it happy, to keep it beating. What about laugh? I realized not too long ago, maybe a month ago, I met up with my friend Enrica, which was or which is my graduate school's best friend, and oh my God, we laughed like there's no tomorrow. And it had been a long time since I have laughed that way. And of course, you say laugh. I'm thankful for laugh, but this laugh is the one that you cannot control. It's just contagious. And so it made me think about that moment and how much I enjoyed it. And laugh makes everything a little lighter, a little sillier, and it's something that we definitely should do more. I think we've taken life too seriously, and we want to be too political correct, so we're even afraid to tell a joke because if it's taken out of proportion or out of context, then we get in trouble. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for medicine and all the people that work in that field and try to cure diseases and illnesses and advancing that cause and that take care of us really. If you feel sick and you go to a hospital, you're going to have amazing group of people that have a higher duty in taking care. So I'm grateful for that. Conversations. A good conversation is also something I'm thankful about. I Whenever you have one, you know you're onto something special, and if it's over a great glass of red wine, then I'm even more thankful. And so those are the little things. I mean, I could keep going. Rainbows make me feel special and make me say, God, thank you. I don't know why I feel there's some sort of signal from the sky trying to telling us something. And so that's my list. I'm sure you know that if I sat down and really forced my brain, I would come up with many more. But I wanted to share with you my top list. This is what I jotted down 2 days ago, just doing that exercise and trying to pinpoint the main things that I'm grateful for. And so I hope that you are having a fantastic day. I hope that you are also jotting down those things that make you happy, that make you thankful. And not only the big items on that list, which of course I started with, but the small things. Try to pinpoint what's your popcorn. What's that small thing that it almost goes unnoticed, but when you do have it, you say, oh yeah, life is good. And I do wish that your life is good. And I do thank you for listening. And I hope that you all have a happy Thanksgiving. If you're listening to this in a country where Thanksgiving doesn't exist or is not celebrated, just start the tradition. It's a great thing. You don't have to do the whole turkey thing. Just sit around the table and share with each other what you're thankful about today. It's a great practice, and I think we would live much happier lives if we got in the mode of doing this on a daily basis. Thank you so much, and until the next episode of Back to Basics. Bye-bye.